All good. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy RD Control 22 here. Uh, Hopefully this music isn't too loud. I'm just trying something different. It's my music, but I just don't like the silence, and it helps me think too. So today I'm going to try to fix and also create my targeting system. I've never fully finished it, but there's priorities when you're doing the whole entire game by yourself. So Um, now it's the time for me to get targeting system since I have the boss out. But then I realized a couple things. Number one, the boss had a bug. I know how to fix that. Number two, the wings didn't transfer over. They actually look pretty good. And number three, everything's really hard to hit because you don't know what you're targeting. And Splatty seems to go past them. So I decided to tackle just the whole targeting part. So with that being said, I'm going to try and get the targeting to work. So the old system used to toggle L2, and I did not like that. So after playing Breath of the Wild and looking up some other games that have pretty good targeting systems, I decided to go with the hold method because you don't want to get locked into combat. And with that, I came up with this idea of allowing you to target 4 enemies at once. Okay, so I don't know, that might be too loud. Let me know in the chat if the music is too loud. So over here, I have my my targeting chips, and pretty much this chip will look for an enemy or a tag titled enemy, and then it'll toggle off, depending on if I already have it placed down. It'll toggle off the enemy tag and toggle on a targeting tag. At that point, it should be right on top of the tag, so the range for these teleporters are really tiny. So what I'm hoping for is once it's locked on, the other enemy tags should still be active. So when the other enemy tags are active, the other 4 targeters will spawn in to those enemies until you activate them. And when you activate them, it's going to show up with the icon. So targeting 1 through 4. And then once you switch through those icons, the players locking on will lock on to the different names. Let me make sure I have these differently named. So yeah, see, this tag is target 4 and this tag is target 1. So my goal is to have this emit target 1, and then this will emit target 2. The lock will target turret 2. Not really the target. But this is the only way I can think about it right now. I can't spend like weeks and weeks, and I wish somebody already had one done that I've seen successfully. It would have been very helpful. So with that, I only issue is I can't have these emit at the same time. Because if they emit at the same time, they'll all snap to the same object. So if I give each targeter time to activate, it'll be perfect. So I'm gonna go with 4/10 of a second, which isn't bad. And then we're gonna go with a calculator for each. I really have to fix this junk down here. So remove this up. So yeah, if you're making, and you know something I want to make in the future is a like a RPG or an action, sword fighting game. So if you're making that, this would probably be super duper helpful if it's 100% successful. I think it'll be 100% successful, but there's always tiny little bugs in this game that you just don't know about. So let's see, if it's gonna count up, I need this one to be greater than. Well, we'll go with 0. So when this one's greater than 0, it's still too claustrophobic for me. So when the first one's greater than 0, and then we're gonna wait for the timer to be a little bit bigger. This one's greater than 1, and this will just help. I mean, I technically could just make the emit time different, but I'm not sure if the whatchamacallit, if they emit the first one right off the back, and I don't feel like wasting time to figure it out. And yes, this is my music. I'm a little bit sick. Sorry about that. But the show must go on. Timer output. No, not output. We need current time. Oh gosh. There we go. Even if even if you're not watching it right now, you can always come back and watch it later and just look at how this targeting system is going to work. So this should do that, and then I'm going to start the timer counting up. Actually, it's going to be speed. The weird thing about this is the combiner and the splitters. The combiner and the ands do not work the same, which is really weird to me. Okay. Now let's test this out. Okay. Okay, so that works. When I hold L2, it goes up. When I let go, it goes down. When I let go, it goes down. Okay, so that works. So now that I have that working, um, oh, this was taking my character. Let's go ahead and give that a switch and toggle that off. Definitely something I want to get back to. What's my Minecraft mod? I love that. The concept of that is great. Pretty much all my ideas just kind of blend into whatever I can create them in, and then finally I had a chance to create them. So now what I need is a signal manipulator. And then we want it when the outputs to be at the highest. Oh gosh, this is so ugly. We'll slide you over here. There we go. Now again, I'm gonna just click play back. So hold L2. I'm locked onto those. Let go. Hold L2. Locked onto those. Good. So when I hold L2, I'm in a locked on state. Okay. Now I need a selector. Okay, I think my issue is right now that's bothering me. So all this extra stuff is in the middle of my system, and it's just throwing me off because it doesn't affect the actual targeting. It just affects animations. So I am going to take all this junk and move it down until I rework it. That way, all my targeting stuff makes more sense. Okay. So let's see. Target 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Then we need have my selector above. And we're going to have this selects that. We're gonna do an and. So I only wanted to select it when the L2 is on. Otherwise, these will be. It does the same thing, but do I really need this extra step? Because if L2 is not on, it should destroy these. Oh, I guess not. I don't really need that step. Okay, so we'll have targeting 1, targeting 2, 3, 4, and then it should go back to 1. Okay, so now we need a look at rotator, which now this should not look at. This shouldn't be looking at an enemy anymore. This should be looking at target. Target 1, target 2, 3, and 4. Why is it? Yeah, we don't need that. So this should turn on. That's kind of why I need it. So I'll need an AND gate for these, because these will be activated no matter if you're targeting or not. There we go. So now if you're targeting A, B, or D, and then I need that range. So it has to be in the range of, what did I have it set to? 4 meters? Yeah, an enemy or a target will have to be in the range of 4 meters of the player. See how big that is. Yeah, that's fair. Enemy. Why does this game do that? I don't know if you guys had that issue where when you grab something to slide, your whole entire like game just slides over. enemy and or a target. Now we're going to give it an OR gate. So if an enemy and a target is in range, this will activate. Also, if they're holding L2. Actually, it should only activate if target 1. That's very specific. Hmm. Do I want to be specific? I guess so. Gosh dang it, why'd I make everything so hard? Because if they're targeting something, they need to be targeting what they're looking at. So the look at rotate will activate if target 1 is in range, which on here the range is pretty huge, but if target 1 is in range and they have L2 activated and the selector is on. Okay, well I'll just leave it messy and I'll clean it later. Target 2, target 3, target 4. There we go. 17 minutes in and I'm feeling really confident right now. And the last thing I need is for L2 to be activated, which I'll just copy this because I don't like having wires going everywhere. And then that'll give that power. Now I'm wondering if these are going to affect the character. They should affect the character. And to toggle through, excuse me, to toggle through, we're going to use the thumbstick. I also feel like my game's moving a little slow. Let's see. Right thumbstick to the right. I guess that's a little confusing in a sense. It doesn't matter. People will figure it out either way. Because it's not like you're gonna be able to specify if it's to the right or to the left. You're just gonna specify the next target available. That was my goal. So now if the player's holding L2, just start the timer and emit these, which will then signal. Let's just test it. My brain needs a little break. So get away from those and let's try it here. Okay, so it's locked on, but I'm not switching targeters. So let's see what happened here. There's my one targeter. Well, one targeter worked, but why didn't the other ones? I also need to have it when L2 is not activated. Go to the second page, destroy emitted objects. A lot of people forget about that second page on these emitters. You just cannot do that. Oh my gosh, no wonder. That's the left thumbstick. Right thumbstick to the left. There we go. And there's an issue that if neither of these are activated, then it should reset. How do you do the reset again? I'll figure it out in a second. Okay, so I go near my enemies. I hold it. I'm targeting one. Targeting another. Another. So I am switching between them. I kind of wish they just didn't run into each other like idiots. Where's the collision at? Like, where's the collision? Don't know. Let's go ahead and just try it again. Okay. So, of course, I'm gonna have a locked camera. There's 4 different spots, which is great. Just break up. Holy crap. Making it difficult to tell. So I need to have that range bigger. One thing I noticed, I definitely want the range a lot bigger of where the player's looking at. So I'm going to increase this range. We'll go at 6. No, we're gonna probably go at 8. No, that's a long range, but at that point you should already know what you want to attack. What was that, 7? We're gonna go at 8. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go at 8. Because if you're attacking them, and you whack them out of range, you probably still want to keep attacking them. You know, the lockdown doesn't pull your character, it just makes your character look at it, at the enemy. Okay, whatever, I can't type this one in. That's fine with me. Enter value. That is not working. So far it looks like it works. Issue is, my enemies just keep colliding into each other and morphing into one where I can't tell the difference. Now I can fix that by giving the icons different colors, which is also part of Splattys Adventure, is all the colors and stuff. Which would help identify if something like that happened. Okay, let's go ahead and retest this. Boom. One. I gotta have that camera. I need a targeting camera. I did get rid of it last time. Love this song. Right. Right about there looks good. Nice zoom in effect. Sorry about that. Okay. Make sure that's in the right scoped mode. Yeah, it's on the right scope. Let's see. Now, I'm going to grab you. Oh, shoot. Forgot about that. Going to pull you right here. Let's see what happens now. That should have been destroyed because I let go. Well, you're targeting things. I'm not sure if that selector is working. I need a way to be able to tell if the selector is actually working or not. Or if these are actually working and why. We're going to put a timer. It's gonna auto delete. Good. Now how can I tell if my selector's working? Because this should work. When that number's greater than 0. When this number's greater than point. Oh shoot. That's why it's not working. This one's fine. Did not think about that. It worked, but they they were emitting at the same time. Cause that was 300ths instead of 3/10. Cause this timer only goes to tenths. Okay, let's go ahead and try. Just again. Get over here. Target. Okay. That's a little broken. So, even though I'm not far away, that is so weird. It's targeting them, but it's also targeting ones way out of range. Okay, I know exactly what's happening. So no matter the range, it's emitting my targeting system. So not only does the timing matter, but the initial enemy has to be in a good starting range. So we definitely want the starting range to be 4 meters, but the fall off range should be later. So anything that comes in contact with, well, comes, you know, close enough to you within, yeah, I think 4. Within 4 meters, you should be able to target perfectly fine with the tag name enemy. Because after that, I kind of wish, you know, like back in Little Big Planet, you can rotate the gadgets. Kind of wish you could do that in here. Because see, like, I'll just rotate this and put it up, but you know, it's okay. It's like it says rotate, but you can't really rotate it because it's on here. Jeez, I'm gonna have to spread this out again. I just hate when stuff gets all like wonky. There we go. Farther, farther, farther. So what we'll do is we'll have this go straight up into this. We're not at the end of it, so it gives it more room for me to manage the wires. Love the song. There we go. And then as long as the enemy's detected, we'll then set range. And then what? Delete the initial spawning of these. So if an enemy walks into the territory, they should spawn in. Yeah, if an enemy walks to the territory, they should spawn in. So now if I come over here, should choose the closest enemies. Okay, so that's the issue I'm running to. So right now, if the enemies get out of the range to target, my targeter stays there. Which isn't a problem. It's just the range he's supposed to target them at needs to match up. These are at 8. 8. That's 8. That's 8. I'm wondering if these are technically different sizes. How does that make any sense? Max distance 8 meters, but then the trigger zone. The zone size is 8 meters. That is really strange. Well, I guess we'll go with 17 for these. Since I do want to keep that distance that they're targeted. Sorry people, I really am sick, but like I said, show must goes on. You're looking at logic and you know, trial and error and studying and trying to figure things out so we can help each other out in the community. Being sick's part of it. It's weird because I don't get sick that often, and that's been holding me back from creating just a little bit because like my brain just was not into it. But now that I thought hard, like for like an hour of staring out the window, I figured out how to make this system sort of work. Okay, let's go ahead and just do it. Snap. Snap, snap, snap. So now that I'm out the zone, oh, okay, I know what that is. Okay, so I got 3, but if I move to another one that's close enough, or does it just not add 1? 2. That's 2. That one has 2 for some reason. Why does it do that? Okay. So one thing we gotta fix is the transition to this camera because it is just way too slow. Should be a cut. And then this camera, I'll fix it later, but it should only work when one of those tags are detected. Okay, let's restart that. I'm thinking I'll have the camera. So I have 4. What happens when they get super duper close? Let's make them merge. Back up, ho. I mean, it's working really good so far. If I run away, now I can target other things. See, but now I'm still targeting that one. Why does he do it so late? That's weird. So when I go past, okay, so I think I figured it out. Seems when I'm targeting and I'm selecting, and a port is not activated. I should probably have it where like if one of these ports aren't activated because like that targeter is destroyed or that monster or whatever the object's too far or whatever, it should skip to the next port instantly. Because right now holding L2 really isn't doing the job. More or less this up here. So let me go ahead and yep. And I think after this I'll be done because I'm gonna take a little brain break. You always need a break. Because sometimes it makes sense to you right now and then you come back and like, why'd I do it like that? Well, this is working, and I'm really happy it's working. It's a little weird to hold the L2 button, but in a sense, it's working. I just hate that delay. And that's one thing I gotta fix too. If you notice, Splatty goes under the enemies. And that's what would get you killed. Okay, and let's keep walking away and see what happens. Oh. It's like I'm almost out of range. I'm out of range to where yeah, maybe I should have it if I'm let going or I'm also out of range. It should delete the targeters. Let's try this set of targets. I hate when you jump. Yeah, that works great. That actually works great. Um, thank you guys for watching. This was a little bit different, but like I said, it worked great. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time I do a live stream of me problem solving and figuring out how to make my target system. It also works with this enemy lock-on chip, which switches off the tag of enemy to the tag of a target so that my targeters will stay on those characters. And they actually I don't believe they merge because the collision barrier is just big enough. But yeah, thanks for watching and I hope to see you guys next time. Peace.